Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome to Prego Coding Classes. This is Amber Roy. First of all, thank you for choosing to watch this video among all the videos on YouTube. This makes me feel special already. Now, from this video onwards, I'll be starting a new playlist or new series, whatever you call it. I will be working on a basic chat application to give you an idea of how you can build a chat application with Firebase and having various login methods like Google and Facebook. Before starting, let me give you a quick glimpse on what we will be building. So here it goes. So as you can see here, we have the chat application loaded in two different platforms, one in the emulator and second one in my smartphone. So first we'll register ID in the smartphone. So we'll hit new user register, then we'll hit our first name, last name, and in the date of birth we'll click here and let it be default. In the email ID we'll give and in the password we'll give it random. So let's give it and hit register, but first we need to upload the profile picture. If we don't upload the profile picture, let's hit register and see what it says. It says upload a profile picture to continue. So we'll hit here and we'll select this one, no thanks, and we'll hit register. So when we hit register, it will take some time to upload the profile picture in the storage. So until then we'll wait, and in here we'll sign in with Google. So I've hit the sign in button, and now it will ask me for my name, my last name and everything. So we have already fetched the first name and last name. The user has the authority to change his or her first name. So I'll change my first name as Dave. Coding is fine. And we'll select the date of birth. Let's keep it 14th. And update info. Now after the update info, it loads the default tab, that is the chat tab. So over here the default chat tab is opened. Now there is nothing in here in chat, friends or friend request. So we need to search for a friend first. So we'll hit the menu, find friends, and remember we have given name Dave, so we'll find Dave. Let's search for it, and Dave is found. So as Dave is not added to our friend list, so there is an option saying add as friend. So we'll click it. Request is sent. In the friend request, we'll hit and see that Amber Roy has sent a friend request to Dave. So we'll accept it or reject it. If you reject it, it will go away from here. If you accept it, it comes to the friend list. So now if you click the friend list, you can see that Dave Coding is added over here. Friends is 21/5/2019. This is the date today, and over here it will be the same, friend since 21/5/2019. Now if we hit the username tab, the chat window opens. Over here is the same. The chat window opens. Now we'll write something, we'll say hi, and we'll send this message, and the user receives it and the user sends it over here. So over here we'll say hello, send it, and now we'll say how are you, I am fine. So these are the messages sent. Now we'll back out from here, and as you can see that the friend is over here, and over the chat if you go to the chat tab, the last message that is shown is I am fine. That is written by this ID over here. So we are chatting with Amber, so the tab shows the username that we are chatting with. So we can hit back from here also. And over here, if you go to the chat tab, last message that is sent is I am fine. That is sent from my side, or this one, the Dave ID. So that is the main chatting stuff which is going on. Now some other stuff also. So if you hit the menu and we go to edit profile, we can edit our username, last name and date of birth. We can also edit our profile picture. So let's hit back. And this is the basic chat application that we'll be working on. This would be not a long series, a short one rather, but there are a lot of coding that has been done over here. So let's get on with this without wasting any time. So now we'll start a new project and select the empty activity, hit next, and we'll name this project Prego Chatting App V 1.0, and Kotlin will make it to Java, and ice cream sandwich is fine. So we'll hit finish and let it sync, and we'll come back again. So our project has been synced properly, and you can see the main activity is loaded with the main activity XML. So all we need to do is do the designing, and in this video we'll focus on the designing only. We'll work with the login screen first, then we'll go on working with anything else. So the XML has loaded, and in the resource folder we'll go to values, and then we'll choose colors. Over here we'll need some colors, that is, we'll copy it and we'll say color main background, and then we'll say let's name it, let's do one thing, say login screen, and color main background is done. Now color title, or let's say heading, then we'll say color title, then we'll say color edit text letters, and color edit text hint, and that's all we need. Now we'll also need the button text color, so color button text, and we'll need color text. So this color text will do the new user register thing. So that's it, it's done. Now I have not shown how to design the layout in Figma, because you can do it anyhow you like. Every person has their own likings in designing their own app. So I've not shown that. I'll use my colors. So the background I have done, I'll choose the main rectangle frame, and I'll choose this color, so copy, and I'll paste it over here. Color main background is done. Now we need the color heading. So the heading color, copy, and I'll paste the heading color over here. That's done. Now we need the title color. So let's put the title color in black. So we'll say 00000. That's black. Oh, there's the heading. I'm so sorry. We'll put the title color as black. That's done. Now the edit text letters. So let's keep the edit text letters as black only. And the hint should be, let's say, this color. Yes. And what do we have? Edit text hint is done. Now we have the button text. Button text, I'll choose green, and I'll choose this one. And then we have the color text. So color text, I'll do the color heading thing. So copy and paste. Now that is done. So we can go on with importing all the stuff in here. We have imported some stuff from Figma, some drawables. One is the button background, second is the login screen edit text background, that's the round background we want. And the third is the login screen background rectangle. So we'll see what the drawables are. But first we need to set the heading. So this is already constrained, so we'll use this. Let's change the hello world to login. And Android Studio has decreased our pain of importing fonts and everything. So I'll show you how. So we'll go to text appearance, and in font family we'll go down and choose more fonts, and we'll select Advent Pro over here, and we'll select the bold one. Okay. So Advent Pro bold is imported over here automatically. Now let's go to the coding layout, and let's select the font family over here. That would be Advent Pro bold, and I need the size to be 36 SP. That's done. Now let's look at it. Okay, that's looking quite nice. This would be over here. And the second thing we need to do is change the background first. Let's change it to the color main background, and let's set this color to color heading. Okay. Now we need an image view to import the login screen background rectangle. So image view, wrap content, and wrap content we can change the size later. So source we would give this one, and when it's done, let's drag it down and let's constrain this. So right click and select constrain to parent top, then again constrain to parent bottom, constrain to parent start. Now this is the easiest way to constrain rather than dragging every time. So let's just let's zoom over here. So now we have centered the image view. Now as this is done, so we can get the edit text inside, but before that we need two text views. So text view, let's give it match parent, let's give it wrap content rather, or let's just match the parent. Yes, match parent, and layout height would be wrap content. Then we need the font family to be Advent Pro thin. we will use the semi bold over here. So let's keep the font as it is, and text would be login ID, and the size would be 18 sp. That's it. Now we can drag it down, and we can constrain this to the rectangle top, the rectangle bottom, and just resize this, and constrain the left to the rectangle left and the rectangle right. Now let's drag it up. This is quite fine. And now we need to import a font again. So let's click login ID. Let's go to the font family, hit more, and import the Advent Pro semi bold. Okay, and that's done. So it's looking quite good. Now we need to color the text. So color text would be um, edit text, or rather we'll say title. So color title would be the color over here, and underneath that we need an edit text, but before that we'll copy this and paste it again. Just drag it down, and we'll write the text as login password. So we need to edit text in between. Edit text, match parent. Let's wrap the content. Let's match the parent, yes, and wrap the content. Now once this is done, so we can hint, that is enter your email ID. Let's drag it down, but before that we need to show a background for this, that is login screen background. That is done. Now let's resize this and drag it down, resize it a bit more. Okay, now let's see what the error is. So end of image view, this is right, and we need to constrain this. So let's constrain it to the top of the text view, and then the left of the image view, right of the image view. That is done. Now let's give a padding of 8 dp. So what the padding does is it brings the text a bit inside, so it looks quite good. And we'll copy the whole thing here over and paste it below the text view. Now we can drag it down. Now let's constrain this to the bottom of the text view above and the bottom to the image view, and left of the image view, then right of the image view. Let's drag it up, and padding is over there already. So next we need a button. So wrap content and wrap content. We'll do a background of button background. Let's drag it down first. Let's drag down, So let's constrain it to the bottom, constrain it to the bottom of the edit text, right to the image view, left to the image view. Now that's centered, so we'll give a text inside. We'll write login. Now this is done, so we can also give a color to it, as we have initialized it in the color XML file. So add color button text. This is I'll change it afterwards. Let it be as it is. So next we need two buttons over here. That is one for the Google, one for the Facebook, and another text view. So I'll do the text view over here. The text view, match parent and wrap content, and we'll drag down the text view. We'll place it here and we'll write here text as new user. You're questioning the user, so click here to register. Click here to register. Now we'll give it a font family of Advent Pro semi-bold, and that is done. So the color of the text would be at color heading. We'll use the same text color, and I'll give it a size of 18. 18 is fine, 18 SP, and a margin start of 10, yes, 10 dp. That's done. Now we can constrain this. Top, left, right. Let's constrain to the start, constrain to the end, constrain to the bottom. Let's drag it down. So we have placed the text view over here. The layout is done, and it's looking quite good. So we'll continue with the video in the next part. We'll do the coding and we'll implement the Google button and the Facebook button over here that is underneath this image view. Now that said, if you have learned something from this video, it takes just a second to subscribe and hit the bell icon. So please do that if you are not subscribed yet, because our family is growing day by day and we don't want you to be away from us. You can also support the channel with donations through PayPal or Paytm by clicking the donation link in the description box. Also to follow me on Twitter, on my Twitter handle, which is also given in the description box, so that you know what I'm working on and how long it will take to get published before anyone else. So thank you very much for watching. See you all in the next video. Bye-bye.